everyone, I'm Betty and welcome to my channel. My apologies for not posting last month. My devices decided to take early retirement and they are now resting in peace. I do have the new devices on order and hopefully I'll be up and running with them by next month. I'm so excited for new toys. I would like to take a moment to thank all of those who participated in January's Light Language event, both live and Zoom. I thank you so much for coming and for taking the time to invest in yourself and for assisting in anchoring the new light codes within the earth so we can bring in the new consciousness. You were all amazing, powerful women, and it was such a pleasure to meet each and every one of you. I would also like to thank Erica, the owner of the Lotus Boutique, and Oakley, who played a big part with the technology, for hosting and assisting in this event. We could not have done it without you, and we thank you so much, and such wonderful and beautiful energy you brought to everyone, and it's just truly a pleasure. So thank you again. Okay, so 2024 will be another significant year as there will be challenges globally. The divine has shared with me that there will be dips in different sectors of society. And keep in mind that as we go through these dips, there is also the rise that follows, and that everything is impermanent, and for us to just flow whenever we experience something that would be major in our life, and understand that it's just a flow with whatever's showing up. We will also see more earth movements. They will become more active. And I can tell you from personal experience, while staying here in California, I've already been through several earthquakes, and some were stronger than others. And it was a little bit shocking if you've never been through one before, as the whole house was moving, and it was an experience. And God bless the Californians, because they take it all in stride. I guess they're used to this by now. But I did notice the days before a quake occurs that people get very angry and agitated. And then as the earthquake happened, I noticed myself feeling nauseous, sick to my stomach, and just this lightheadedness and very discombobulated. And so when I tuned in, being this was a new experience for me, I was asking, what is going on? And they said to me that Gaia was releasing all the traumas and the scars of the past. And each time she has these movements to free herself of this old negative energy, it's, for lack of a better word, the ick of mankind. And what has been imprinted within her during the thousands of years that humanity has waged wars and spilt blood and had the lower vibrational distortions, and they're adding in now the pollution and the devastation that we have done to her. And most do not realize that she is a living cosmic being, and to a degree she feels what is occurring. And so wherever you are located in the world, should you experience any of these movements or shaking, make sure to check in and clear yourself if needed, especially those that are empathic. It's most important, because you don't want to be attached or carry these old negative imprints, because we're trying to release them and let them go. And so if you take them on, we're kind of prolonging the process of releasing this negative energy. So please check in and clear if and when you need it. with all these shifts, be mindful that you are not being motivated by fear. Do not let the fear take over and you go into that mode of, oh my God, what am I going to do? What if this and that and that? And your mind starts to reel from it. Instead, remain in the conscious heart space and in the higher vibrations, so this can allow you to move through any situation with grace and ease, and to help those around you also to relax and to calm. And again, know everything isn't permanent, it doesn't last, and it's just something that we are moving through at this time. All right, so in 2024, in numerology, it is considered an 8-year, okay, representing abundance, freedom, success, good fortune, and inner wisdom. And the number 8 also stands for infinity and the law of cause and effect. So for those of you who have been toiling away with projects or businesses or trying to get things off the ground, and no matter what you did, it just wasn't happening, and you feel like you were hitting a wall, well, with the planetary movements and the new cycles, it's been freed up. So it's almost like a horse being let out of the gate. You're just, boom, you're ready to go, you're ready to fly. So for those who were ready to give up, please don't, because this is the year that you reap your just rewards for all of that hard work and time that you put into your projects or businesses or whatever you were trying to accomplish, as the number 8 is the number for fruition, to, for all your projects to actually blossom at this time. You might have noticed at the end of December, beginning of January, I noticed, and myself included, felt a lot of back pain and sciatica. So if you were one of them, just understand that these were light codes that came in during the solstice, and they were intentionally for the release of any old patterns and feelings of not being supported, especially. As many of us do at times, we feel that lack, even though it may be a projected lack, that you really aren't being supported, and others really aren't being supported, and they don't have anyone in their corners, so to speak. So we're releasing those. And this was necessary to place us in the position to receiving abundance. Some are still experiencing ongoing pain, so you may need to really go a little bit deeper to acknowledge what is going on so you can get to the root of it. Anything that you're holding on of old feelings and wounds of the past will just continue to keep you stuck in these lower realms, and that would be the only thing that's holding you back at this time for moving forward. They're showing me like the Monopoly game. You can't pass go, and I'm sure we've all played that game where it's like, oh, I'm almost there, and then you go, nope, you got to go backwards, and it's that back and forth. You're almost there, and then you have to go backwards. So keep that in mind. Because you'll either, if you stay stuck, you'll either be moving backwards or you'll stay in stasis and just be stuck. So this holds you back from receiving the abundance that is being held in your etheric bank account for all the things that you've done for the good. It's sitting there waiting in that bank account for you, but the new cannot come in. And I see this all the time with my clients. They have a hard time releasing, which is understanding, but if you don't, you cannot allow that new and all the goodness to come that is in that bank account. So do check in if you're still experiencing that. And if you are having residual and reoccurring, check into your doctor and make sure everything's okay. Don't don't not do that. But if you find that, oh, I'm okay, then like I said, take a look and contemplate what's going on internally. But always do check in with your doctors. On February 10th, we celebrate the Lunar New Year, which is this year is the zodiac sign of the wood dragon. And the wood dragon represents supernatural powers, strength, nobility, honor, fiery energy, luck, and success. So you can see how the wood dragon ties in perfectly with the 8-year. We have all these synchronicities happening perfectly for us to excel. So it was interesting to me as I felt this fiery energy going on for 6-7 months now. And I began to feel and see dragons appearing everywhere. And it's almost like if for those of you who've been paying attention, the unicorns that came in full force a few years ago, it is now the dragon's turn. And the unicorns brought us the message of love and magic, to believe in ourselves and to know that we are the creators and can create our own magic to whatever we choose to do, or our desires to come to fruition. And if you remember when the unicorns came in, literally everywhere you went, or on the TV, books, products, it was just plastered with unicorns everywhere, toys, balloons, costumes, t-shirts. And that was an effort for them to come into our conscious awareness and for them to connect with us. You do have a personal unicorn, which I did talked about before, which I'm not going to go now because we're really focusing on the dragons, but you can kind of do your own research on that. But both the unicorns and the dragons are celestial beings from the cosmic realms. And the dragons are showing up at this time. And they are all very unique, with different colors and different types, with different services and purposes for each individual. And much to my surprise, when I recently was closing a portal for a client, instead of my usual team showing up, all of a sudden I saw before me this beautiful golden red dragon circling the portal opening and sealing it with fire. And I just stood back and I went, this is great. And where have you been? I would have loved to have been in touch with you sooner. So I sat and I thought, well, wondering why now? And I started to receive the information of that they have been waiting patiently for this period of time to be able to connect and assist in our ascension. And they also connect with us individually if you take the time to do so. But they're most important at this time because they hold the keys to activating the ley lines of Christ consciousness. And they also protect those who hold and carry the keys, and they are soul amplifiers. So whoever holds these keys, the dragons amplify them for the Christ consciousness. And these activations prepare us for the return of the golden age of peace. So they have very important work and to do here, and they're very happy to assist. And I will be tuning into them and developing a dragon light language meditation that I will be putting out there within the next month or so. And for all those who choose to connect with these magnificent cosmic beings, that will be made available for you to do so. And let's see, I wanted to speak about one more thing, which I thought also was very interesting this month. I found out that uh, moving forward by the year 2035, we will have what is called quantum computers, which is going to bring us into another huge shift again. And right now, Microsoft is actually being sued as they are accused of copyright infringement, as they have been taking information from web results from other people and putting it into these quantum computers so they can act differently. So please, yes, thank you. So please take note to copyright any material to safeguard against any issues that you may have. So if you have anything out there on the web, make sure that it's copyrighted because they are being sued for this at this time. Okay, my apologies. There was someone at the door. So I'm just going to back up a little bit. And I believe we were talking about the quantum computers. And so the message is to make sure anything that you are producing that goes out there, to make sure you get it copyrighted, because this is going to be an issue that's going to be coming up. And you want to make sure your things that you're producing are copyrighted for your protection. And the other note is that there is a lot of information that's being inputted that is not correct. And so these computers are just tools, so just remember that. And at the end, we are our own best resource. Always remember that, use your discernment, go with your gut. If something doesn't resonate with you, then it doesn't, and that's it. So just something to be aware of in the future, because things are going to be changing so rapidly. Okay, so this month the divine has guided me to transmit the codes for infinite abundance, which ties in perfectly with the 8-year. And you may come back to these codes as often as you like throughout the year, even if you did once a month, re-listening to these codes, because as I always tell you, you always receive different units of consciousness as you hear them. Okay, so let me just tap in and we'll get those codes. Narushta akaurunianea, arama akuishteneatea. Yanenia tuyorota sayana, yanenia no sinjara tu chante yasuyenete, oroma a akanea seatu, aranea suteata yana, lahamu uku sande teriaturiana data, yana akorinia suhinetiatea, de dra oronia and ya usuishta, ma ukana nea urampa a asete. Nane aku yenia tusu ishta aka asu utane. Yena kini ni biachanem ababara tusu amproshto orientieste na aku urampa a neaka. Ara a nea su ustana a. Ma kuyania su ishtane. Yana nia tusu yena biatu ishane ya kurinteana. Horineatase, and the Yorgos be intiatus in it himiatu, and the rotohineatu the akusta, Gambiotusten yara suidity, Oko o arantea suiteata, Asu utaneaka, Akuria teate, Nania kuya suteateata, Aratia su uku na akaya. Naru utante ni indireto su ishta atu ukapa sareate anaku. Nyare nene asuyine nodaru useateate akurempa asateatayuna. Niare ninesi nyalaha lelaha ninteo uku
Nyani akuyesi lahane bietu suimena aka mi lahana ne fure tu yunati and you may si ti atusu tanaya akuta ne meate asu. May you all have your projects and your desires come to fruition this year. And sending you much love and many blessings. Till next time, Bakakushta.